bop ba da beep boop ba da beep boop ba da boop boop ba da beep bop ba da boop bop ba da beep 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 beep. Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. My name is Underbelly. It's time to roast some tracks. So let's do it. Here we have Easy Stevie. Let's take a listen. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Oh wow, thank you so much. That was 2R1 with Knock You Out. Oh my gosh, took me back to the 90s and the Berlin rave scene. I was just partying every night, living in a Berlin bunker underground, just dancing to this 24/7. It was this It was Gunter Tralala, and it was the Oh Yeah song from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Wowzers. Really took me back. What a retro sound. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Jesus Christ. Very retro sound. Great vocal. Fun vibe. With the kind of retro aspect to it, it's up to us if we want to party like it's 95 or 2019. If this is 2019 trance, I think the state of trance has moved on since then. But, if we're truly keeping it pure retro, then stuff like, for example, the lo-fi-ness of the snare and the length of the arrangement, it sounded sort of like the very kind of retro mix quality to it, I think is more forgivable. Really depends on what you're going for. We already had lo-fi house. I guess the next logical step is lo-fi trance. Am I right, fellas? If not, then, you're going to have to listen to some Armin van Buuren or whatever and really see the modern state of trance, which, in case you haven't noticed, is kind of, the mix quality at least has gone up significantly since then. One last thing, the think twice break that you sample, that every fucking person samples, and trust me, I've been guilty of this too. I'm talking about the thing that goes, yeah, woo, yeah, woo, yeah, it's lit. That whole situation happening throughout the track, that is fucking annoying. Trust me, I've made the same mistake. People have listened to my tracks and been like, bro, you gotta take the break out. Jesus, you can leave the break in, but the woo, yeah, I mean, it's not the 90s anymore, okay? Late stage capitalism, brother. We're going in a downward spiral as a society, so you gotta tamper down the woo, yeahs, okay? Other than that, that was fun. I had a good time listening to that. Thank you so much, Mr. Stevie. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. Let's move on. By the way, quick announcement. Me and Tyler Aaron Superstar are releasing a new track tomorrow. It's called The Grounds. I did a little bit of promo on it with the previous video with DistroKid. And it's a great track. It's going to be up on Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever tomorrow. So get psyched for that. I'm very excited. Happy to see what you guys think. I'm going to promote it as any way I can. But yeah, spread the word. Get psyched. We're releasing the new single, The Grounds, by the Brotherhood of Superstars tomorrow. So please, I'll remind you guys, but please take the time to listen to that. I think it's a fun one. So cool. All right, Time and Space Mix 1. Let's take a listen. Oh, couldn't find the track. Let's keep going. All righty. Okay, we got Blast Cake. All right, let's take a listen. Here we go. There's nothing happening in this track. It's complete silence. Here we go. Lo-fi! Okay. That was a funny crash at the end there. Alright, that was Peach's Mix by Blast Cake. Thank you so much, Blast Cake. That was beautiful. Alright, quick discussion. Let me address this in the chat. Okay, people are saying music is getting worse. I don't know about that. On the contrary, I would say that the rate of change in music today has accelerated more quickly than at any point in human history, just like in all aspects of life, technology, art, especially technology. I feel like we're kind of reaching a sort of singularity point with music where every new year comes like a new trend, a new piece of technology, a new kind of sausage fattener or OTT or whatever like that, something like that. And I feel like it's actually progressing at a very quick rate. I mean, there's more information out there on YouTube and SoundCloud and Reddit and stuff like that than ever before. So I feel like at any day now, I mean, we should probably get the next Skrillex anytime soon. I hope. I really hope so. However, because the music market is so saturated, there's also a lot of BS out there. So it's unlikely we're going to get another Beatles or Bach or kind of electronic music equivalent of those two because there's just no monoculture anymore. So it's unlikely to have the same cultural widespread impact. Anyways, feel free to discuss that further in the comments. We have a track to roast. Okay, Blast Kick, awesome. Super groovy vibe. Dig the progression, dig the sounds you're using. I think the only problem is it's not clear what the function of this track is. Is it supposed to stand on its own? Is it supposed to be for a Grammarly ad, as Zeus put it? Is it supposed to have a vocalist over the top? It's not quite clear. If it's supposed to stand on its own, then it definitely needs some more sauce, especially in the breakdown section in the middle. It's just not enough stuff happening to really kind of, capture the listener's attention for the duration. So it sort of becomes, it's kind of skirting the line between something you would listen to and also something that would sort of full function as like royalty-free music, say, I don't know, for the YouTube audio library. So it's not quite clear what the function, where this track would get played. So it's sort of kind of skirting that line there. You kind of tease the vocal towards at the end there. You have this one lady going like, somewhere around, where is she? Yeah, hey! Yeah, so it's like, I feel like we could have a full acapella over the top. There's plenty of room for the vocalist, but it's just sort of strange that you sort of tease it at the end there, and it sort of goes nowhere after that. Except for this sort of, in my opinion, unnecessary lo-fi outro. I think, if you do choose to keep that in there, it could be easily half the length. Another thing is, this is the breakdown that I'm talking about. Everything sounds pretty cool here. Great fill, super dope. This part, it's just really empty. It feels like we need something to carry it forward here. Right, that's not enough. I really love the chirpy and crow sounds. You've panned hard left and hard right. That is super dope. More stuff like that, I think, could really help your track stand out and be unique. Okay. Then you sort of just repeat that same groove. I feel like once you do the, you could just jump right back into the chorus. You don't need any of this BS right here. Just get us back to the chorus quickly as you can because there's just not much going on in this breakdown section. Now, one last thing I'd like to point out. The voicing of your chords is kind of strange. Falcon Man, some percussion. Yeah, that would be great too. You have this kind of hi-hat here. It's just maybe not enough. You could have some snaps. You could have some bongos. You had a great fill, so maybe like some steel drums. It would be super great. Tyler Aaron, by the way, he's on a fucking, he's on a Hawaiian island music hype, so he's super into tropical sounds. So, some steel drums would be really cool. Cool. Alright, Misc Effects, White Noise, yeah, you got it. Pixel Wax. Alright, let's talk about your chords. So I'm not quite clear what that last chord of the progression should be. So it's just not quite clear. Once more time. So we're doing B minor, A major, G major. So the thing is, your bass is going to E there, but we're not hearing the E chord on top. We're hearing something like this. That's what we're hearing. It's very dissonant and strange sounding. Why not just go B, A, G, E minor? Very simple. This just kind of sounds like you're not quite sure what the situation is. You could also do this. That would be fine too. But we really want to make sure that the bass and the chords are aligning with one another, and right now it's not quite clear what's going on with that last chord there. Cool. Other than that, great sound selection, great vibe. Just think it needs more if it's really going to sustain itself for 4 minutes. Cool. All right. Alrighty. So thank you so much, Blast Cake. That was a pleasure. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes. We're gonna scroll maybe the other direction. Let's see what we got here. We got Lucky. Did we already listen to Lucky? Maybe not. Let's take a listen. Cool. Thank you so much. That was Lucky/PM with Luca. By the way, some people in the chat saying that they liked the dissonance, the sort of strange chord at the end of the last track. I'm talking about this one or something like that. I guess that's totally cool. Please have your own opinion. This is just my opinion. It could be completely wrong. Fortunately, there's no wrong or right when it comes to music, really. I'm just spouting my opinion here, and for some reason people listen. So I totally get it. I totally have many chords of my own that are not, just root position, first inversion. So it was just something that stuck out to me. But
I think this track is more obviously dissonant than the last one. There's dissonance across more elements here, so it's not just isolated to one chord. There's dissonance. It just feels like the bass, the chords, the arps, the melody, none of that is quite listening to one another harmonically. It just feels like kind of a soupy underwater mess, which could be what Mr. Lucky is going for here, but it makes it sort of hard to hold on to anything. So, I mean, somebody said that this is actually a sample from Paper Mario, which sort of explains it. A lot of people who sample, when they add chords to it, because they're used to sampling, they don't quite know what the key of the original sample is. So perhaps there was some confusion there. But we really got to make sure that the chords and the melody and the bass, all that stuff is harmonically aligned and they're listening to one another. That's really the main thing. I think the textures here going on is cool. I like the whole underwater vibe to it. But it's just the dissonance there across so many different elements is sort of hard to palate. All right. Cool. That's all I'm going to say about that. Watch some music theory tutorials, Lucky. Let's see. Can you guys recommend some good music theory channels? Personally, I'm a fond of Jeff Schneider. I'm a fond of Piano Pig, but I know those guys are sort of more advanced and also more on the jazzy side of things. So if you guys have any other recommendations, feel free to say that in the comments. Alrighty. I'm going to close my eyes and scroll down, this time a lot. Something more recent. Alright, what do we got here? We got Silmain. Alright, Waiting to Finished. I think Silmain is about to take lessons with me, so I might have heard this one. Spit out my water at Pixel Wax's comment. Totally. Cool. Awesome. So Silmain, I believe I already roasted you in private because Silmain is a patron. He supported me very much, so I roasted him. He was the $10 a month patron. So I actually already listened to this, but it seems like I want to see what people in the comments are saying. Cool. Let's see here. So a lot of great comments. Pixelwax saying that this looks like I'm about to enter a WWE ring. Totally fucking feel that vibe. Other people said Alice in Chains. For me, it's got sort of like a Soundgarden type vibe. Metallica, maybe. Enter Sandman. Yeah. I guess for sure it needs a vocal, right? I think we're all in agreement there. Some Dark Soul screaming, as somebody put it. I really like how dark and fucked up it sounds. I'm going to dive into the theory in just a second. For me, one thing that I can pretty easily tell is that the drums and a lot of the elements have been programmed and looped. So the issue for me is, it's rock music. It's got to feel gritty and alive. And when you can very easily tell, maybe not super easily, but when you can tell that it's fake, that it's like programmed drums and looped guitar, especially in the breakdown in the latter half, that's definitely takes it out for me. Yeah, this is still really, really dope. Cool. Let's look at the theory. Why does it sound fucked up? So. Let's hear that. Alright, so let's take a listen. So, looks like the main riff is in the key of E flat. That dissonance right there, the major 6. That's where we're kind of feeling the dissonance there, because you're kind of implying a minor chord here. You're playing in this E flat minor chord, and you would think if we're in the key of E flat, we would get the flat 6, which is the minor 6, which in this case is B natural. But instead you're going major 6 there. As opposed to... That's what we're expecting. We're expecting you stick in the key of E flat minor. But that extra bit of brightness is actually kind of what makes it sound even darker and more sinister. And then we go... Yes, we go B flat major, A flat major, and then back to... You can tell that's exactly what this track needs. Like acoustic grand piano, that's really gonna sell it. Right, because the B flat, this chord is actually in key. But then we go to the 4 chord, which we expect to be minor, right? Because we've got the B natural in this key. But instead you give us the major at the end there. So once again, you're sort of switching out the mode. You're mixing it. So we get a little bit of this kind of minor, major, major, and then this feels minor. And then we get this, the A flat major as opposed to the A flat minor. And that's sort of what really creates that awesome dissonance that you have going on there. Thought it sounded really, really cool. Very interesting from a theory perspective. Cool. Awesome. Alrighty. So thank you so much. That was dope. Let's keep going. Alright. Project D&B. Here we go. Oh my gosh, man. Yo, I love Doug the Mole Man's comment. This is the kind of trip you're not sure if it's good or bad, and that's exactly how I feel. Okay, thank you, Grey Goo. So obviously we got, this is a DMB vibe, as the title implies. However, so we have this kind of weird, kind of sick raps you got there. Which I think work. They sound pretty cool. They're a little bit repetitive because it is the same 4 8-bar rap loop that you have there. So I think some more variation in the vocals and just overall in the track would be great. You have the standard drum and bass kick snare pattern, the but where is the we need some hi-hats, some ghost notes, some crazy ass upper percussion because the kick and snare just sounds a little bare, especially the second time around. We need to develop the track. Of course, you know, you could go for that classic D&B roller respace. I think that would be super cool as well. The bass is very kind of muddy and flat and boring at the moment. I guess the main, most polarizing part of the track comes right here. That right there. Let's see where it comes in. That. Like, where? So to me, that melody just sounds kind of funny. It doesn't really fit the. Doesn't really. If this is like supposed to be like a dark vibe, it doesn't really fit that at all. It just sounds sort of comedic for me, which is funny. It's cool, but I don't think it fits. Some people seem to have really liked the melody though. So my opinion, once again, doesn't really matter that much. It's all about what you think, Grey Goo. I think it doesn't fit. I think the synth sound is sort of on the basic side of things, and the melody is just it's sort of kind of. It's like, shit, how would I even describe this? It's like I don't know, gosh, somebody help me out. It's like a happy kid, you know, it's like, you know, or happy alien, small green alien man kind of prancing around doing the boogie on the dance floor. Next to this, like, insane intergalactic rap dude. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but basically it doesn't fit for me. But please agree to disagree. Um, Alrighty. So that's about all I got to say about that. I think develop the drums, try adding a more interesting bass, and go balls to the wall on the melody if you have to. But if you're not sure on it, maybe try something a little bit simpler and more gritty, I guess, for something on the melody. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. We're gonna go up. All right, what do we got here? We already did that. I'm gonna keep going up. Okay, we got. Nope, that was lucky again. Okay. No, I'm gonna keep going. Okay, Coco, can a female vocalist work with me, please? And then maybe next we'll do Gamba Man. All right. Okay, that didn't work. Boom, boom. I mean, that was cool. Cool. Thank you, Gamba Man. Uh, I'm always kind of unsure of what to think about these 20, 30-second snippets that people post because it's impossible to judge it for what it actually is. I mean, we're supposed to be making full tracks here, I think, not 30-second snippets. I feel like if it's still a 30-second snippet by the time you show it, more likely than not, I mean, I think at least a minute is probably, in my opinion, probably like the bare minimum to get, a sense of what the track will be like. But let's just hear it again real quick. Yeah, I mean I think that works more or less. I mean, really if I really had to break your balls, Gamba Man, I would say maybe you could probably pick a better synth sound for the melody on the first one. I don't know, probably something more like whenever I think trap like this, I think do you guys know Milo and Otis, the trap producers Milo and Otis? Let me just play it real quick. These guys somehow managed to make a career off of one serum patch, which is pretty amazing. I feel like that's like dream career right there. Milo and Otis trap. They even managed to, off of this one serum patch, it might have been massive. It was 5 years ago. It's probably massive. They managed to collaborate with Skrillex just off of one serum patch, guys. They use this patch every song. This is a classic. Right. That's all it is. That's all. That's what their whole career was based off of. Now, it's just, I mean, it's annoying enough. It's nasally enough that it really kind of have to listen to it. I'm not saying it's like the most amazing sound design in the world, but it's expressive. It's got the glide. It's got the kind of fills in the melody, the trills. So see what you can do about making your melody sound, your melody synths maybe a little bit more expressive in this way. But Anyways, maybe that was a terrible example. I don't know. That was the best I could do with 28 seconds. All right, let's keep going. Mr. Volta, let's do it. Excuse me. Sub hashtag 420 Blazing Man, Mr. Volta. What's up? Oh my god. Alright, so thank you so much, Mr. Volta. You can finish your song now. There you go. Okay. Dude, really love the live sax there. That was awesome. Mixed with the sort of dubby, thievery corp 90s lounge music vibes. Really love the jazz part. I think a couple of people mentioned that the second half with this kind of laser sounding synth. Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. I don't think it quite fits. I think you could keep the jazz vibe more explicitly going. Maybe after the sax solo, you could do like a vibe solo because it's so much already about the vibe. Or you could, piano solo or something like that. Just the synth sound. I don't know if it works. One artist that reminded me a lot. You reminded me a lot of, and I think would be good listening for you if you don't already know this person. It's a dude named Author. Let's look it up real quick. This guy makes really, really cool jazz influenced dubstep, but it's like dubstep in the UK sense. Let's see. I think it's this one. Yes, I think it's this one. It's really good. One thing I will say about your track, it's got a little bit too much sub, but let's listen to this. You can use this as a reference track for the amount of sub you need. It's a really good one.
Time after time when there's nothing to turn to, I play through over and over. Played the same tune, played the same tune, played the same tune. I get this feeling the pages beginning to turn.
Dude, isn't that fucking awesome? That's so cool. And yeah, I meant dubstep in the UK sense. Like, cool dubstep. So yeah, if you're watching this, Mr. Volta, check it out. The whole album is amazing. Really well done. Cool. We had Mr. What's his face? Conrad Dighouse. Looks like you have your track here that you took down. So guess I can't work with you here. All right, let's keep going. Future dubstep. Here we go. Let's do it. I'll get you next, Conrad, don't worry. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So, the sounds that you used here aren't bad. They're actually all quite good. I'm not sure if you made them. It sounds like you kind of stuck together a bunch of splice loops and wasn't quite sure how to glue them together, what key they were in, because the whole thing sounds pretty dissonant from itself. The chord progression is not good, and it's not quite gelling with the bass. However, the mix, the sound design, all that, it's decent. It's got the wub wubs, it's got the super saws, it's got all that good stuff. It's just, yeah, man. Let's see if we can dissect this. Yeah, that's the problem. So the chord progression, the piano's doing that. So it's going F sharp minor, D major, E major, F sharp minor, D major, A major. So you're in the key of A major. Then your super saws come in. Your super saws are doing a completely different thing. They're not listening to the original chord progression at all. So as a result, sounds real dissonant. They're not changing. It's like, what is even going on there? And the bass is not, the bass I don't think is playing the root notes of the original chord progression either. Yeah, your bass is not, so once again, your bass is doing this. Your bass needs to play that A, especially since that A is the root chord. It's kind of the chord that the progression comes to rest at. So as a result, we're getting dissonance from the piano, dissonance from the super saw, dissonance from the bass. None of those things are listening to one another. As a result, it starts to sound a bit like a hot mess. All the sounds themselves are good, but we gotta glue them together. Same problem. Same problem. And you just gotta make sure that things are harmonically together. Once again, no amount of vocal growls are gonna fix that. But I think it has the potential to work if you do choose to kind of do your homework a little bit on the theory. I think, once again, all the sounds that you're using are great. The kind of general structure works. The clock slowdown at the end, not working because it starts in tune and then it sort of veers away in terms of the timing. And it's also a build up to nowhere. The white noise builds and builds and builds, and then we just end the song. So that's a little awkward as well. So just keep in mind those things. I think earlier in the chat, I asked the chat, what are some good channels for music theory? Many places. There's Rick Beato, there's Adam Neely, there's Jeff Schneider, there's Busyworks Beats, plenty of places. So do your homework, man. All right. Cool. Poltergeist, let's hear it.
Make me your slave, save me and I know how to repay. Feed me all your lies so I can feel better. Then leave me here to die, so the truth won't be bitter. You able. Rise like a dragon and scathed from the burning, surrounded by ashes. I'll walk till I fully made it and thrived, and the flames that you spread made you understand that I'm the hell you can label.
Oh boy. Whew. All right. Thank you, Mr. Poltergeist. Wow. Okay, well, I'll just address it from the get-go. The hello, hello, hello. That not really working for me personally. Feels a little low and a little kind of like an old man just kind of drive heaving on your chorus here. That being said, the other vocal performance, I kind of liked it. It was like very dramatic, very emotional. Kind of reminded me of like Muse. I think somebody else said that in the comments. It's too quiet. I think I don't know why this heaving, the dry heaving, is louder than your main vocal, because your main vocal sounds pretty cool. I think doing a traditional chorus, actually singing something new here, would probably be a million times better. Other than that, I mean, I think the instrumental works decently well. Obviously, the star of the show is the vocal. One thing that was sort of curious is that there's no sub bass. There's no bass from what I could detect at all. And it's sort of one thing that also is preventing your chorus from feeling like a chorus, because there's not that much differentiation in the instrumentation from your verse section to the chorus. We still have the arp going, we still have the horn stabs. We need something new in the chorus to really kick it up a notch there. That being said, I like the triplet hi-hats. I think maybe expanding on that in the chorus as well could be cool. But really, it's the dying man. Uncle Joe should not be on your track. We want to hear your beautiful voice. So cool, awesome. Thank you so much for sending. We don't get that many vocal submissions, so it's very brave. Yeah, I totally welcome that. Totally welcome more vocalists in the Discord. Yeah, alrighty. Let's go up. Let's see, Gianni Futis. All right, how much time we got left? We're almost done. Let's make this the last one.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that was fucking terrifying. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. I do not want to know what's inside that person's mind. I guess I just found out. Holy fuck. It's like some shroom clown. Take some shrooms, go to a fucking circus, and just watch some clowns eat each other. I don't know. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't really have much to say on that. I don't have any feedback for you because I don't know what it's trying to be. So, wow. Thank you for sharing. Don't really know what else to say there, but that was cool, I guess. Anyways, I'm just gonna go cry in a corner now. But hey, thanks so much, all you guys, for participating. That was great. I had a blast. By the way, quick self promo. I'm releasing a new song tomorrow with my brother Tyler Aaron Superstar. It's called The Grounds. It comes out tomorrow. Super fun vibe. Feel free to roast it when it comes out. I would love to hear your feedback on it. That's coming out tomorrow. I'll announce it, but very excited for that. And also, I know there's not been a STEM festival contest for quite some time now. So I'm definitely going to have that going hopefully in the next couple weeks. And then we will have regular monthly contests in the Discord from then on. So yeah, very stoked on that. Very excited to hear your submissions. Alrighty, thank you guys so much. I had a blast. Keep up the great work. Keep it making good music. Once again, you can join the Discord by clicking the link in the video description. And for those of us asking me and sending me DMs, no, I will not roast your track if you just DM me. You have to submit it into Roast Before Post and first roast somebody else before posting, as it says in the title. So everybody doing that, that's great. You're making the community a better place. All right. Have a good one, guys. Peace.